coming. Well, 35 years, I believe is what he said. Another rescue from where the van came from. I don't know if you watched the van video, but this truck was sitting right next to the van. So a good friend of mine seen the video and he immediately went and bought the truck. So it said it needs a carburetor on it. So we're gonna get a carburetor on it and see if we can get it running. It's been sitting for a couple years. I don't think it's got no tag on or nothing. King cab. And this one here is an automatic. How many Nissan King cabs you see with automatic? So now we got the Datsun by Nissan 720 truck over here, and we can get a good look at it since the rain has stopped for a little bit. We've been having a lot of rain come through, but this thing came from over where the van came from. If you've been following the van on my channel, I picked it up from a import auto shop, and they had a lot of imports, and this was one of them. And this one was purchased, and the reason it was parked was because it had a carburetor issue, and they said they could never get the carburetor to run right. I guess the person didn't want to buy a new carb, or one wasn't available. I don't know. Anyway, it's purchased by a friend of mine and brought here so we can get her back on the road. So it's a sweet little truck for the year. Like I said, it's an 81, it's King cab, and it's an automatic, which you rarely never see the automatics in these trucks. Usually they're 5 speeds, but this one's got the automatic. It's got 200,000 miles on it. So it's been around the world and back, but these engines, if you take care of them, man, they last a long time. It's got AC and heat, AM, FM cassette, S5200. It's got the bucket seats. It don't have the jumper seats. I don't know why this one don't have the jumper seats. I think some of them had the little jumper seats. It might have had something. I see some holes back here. I have to look that up. Maybe it had like a small bench seat. Someone put like a checker flag tin on the back. Headliner's in good shape. This thing's in real good shape inside. I mean, no saggy headliners. Got the factory interior light. I think it was last tagged in 2003, and it passed the hydrocarbs and the carbon monoxide. So that shows that it was last taken through inspection 2003. Don't have cruise. Got the gas gauge, temp gauge, and all the idiot lights, as you call it. Got the Datsun floor rubber, that's original. Looked like it had some carpet that went up there and it got torn out. It probably wasn't no good. But I think the window, ooh, it's kind of stiff. We'll leave that alone. Yeah. Got the little antenna there. Cool hood with the little air scoops. These mosquitoes are really, really bad today. I guess because we had that rain, and let's put some off on. We had some rain come through. But yeah, this old truck is in pretty decent shape for the year it is. It's set. I'm thinking it was last tagged in 2003. It's got the Datsun logo on the tailgate. Let's see. And the bed is in good shape. Just got some surface rust, but there's no major dings and dents like they've been dropping cement blocks in it. This can be painted with like some bed liner or painted back the original color. I think the color of it is actually, it used to be silver look like, and then they painted it gray. That's the original color. Yeah, you can see where it's chipping off. But I say these trucks, they're not around too much, especially not all cut up, because a lot of these trucks are used for lowriders. It was bought in Memphis at Pat Patterson's, which was a Nissan dealership here in Memphis a long time ago. Got a nice corrugated bumper. It's got the little cargo hooks. Locks missing. A few little wasp nests. I think it's got 14-inch tires. Guardsman 40s. P.185 75 14s. All season Sears tires. And it's even got the factory spare. It looks like it's aired up. And it's still got the Datsun mud flaps. So like I say, this truck is a true survivor. It's a king cab. It's got the flip out rear windows. And this is the 2.4 liter Z engine that has the dual ignition. They made this engine from the late 70s all the way up to the late 90s. I think Ford had a version too that was a dual ignition. They had it in the Rangers. I don't know about the Broncos, but it's got the 8 spark plugs and it's a 4-cylinder. It's got AC on it, compressor belt still on there, so the AC probably works. It's all hooked up all the way over to the dryer. Nissan was bad about these vacuum lines. They had all these stupid vacuum lines and stupid little valves and switches. A lot of this has been blocked off. It's got the cool little Datsun logo on the grill. 4 headlights. I mean, there's not no major dents in this truck. It's a few little whiskey dents, but nothing like, I mean, it's a truck, but I've seen some of these that were just tore up. Top's in good shape, no hail damage. So let's see what we got here for fluid. Full of coolant. Like we got some brake fluid. I haven't tried to hit the brakes. Either that's brake fluid. So hopefully the master cylinder works. Let's see what we got for oil. We got a little low on oil, probably a quart. And I think they made this model from the late 70s all the way to 82, 83, then they changed the body style. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'll do some more research. But this thing has got a 2-barrel on it. Let's see if we can get this off of here. And he said they was messing with the carburetor long ago. They could never get it to run right. And so it's got a 2-barrel. It's got the little glass bowl on the front. I guess that's the fuel inlet hose. I think, yeah, this has got the electric. Has this got an electric fuel pump? I think it's got an electric fuel pump in the gas tank. I don't see anything on side of the block. I've had a couple of these trucks many years ago, so my memory is not that great on how they operate, but just like everything else. Electric choke. It's got a vacuum line off right there. I don't know. Maybe they were plugging stuff off trying to get it to run. But he said that carburetor was not working right. So I don't know if we should try and hook some fuel to it and see, maybe we can get this thing to crank up and run, see how the carburetor does act. I mean, these little carburetors right here can be a booger to rebuild. As you can see, they got all these little arms and springs, and so probably best is to put a new one on it. I mean, they've already diagnosed it and said that it needs a carburetor, so why put in the effort? Oh, here's a vacuum line here. I bet you this one, it's probably why it wasn't running right. That one's off. Could have had a vacuum leak, and that goes to the EGR valve. Things that make you go, Let's see what the transmission fluid looks like. Oh man, that is pretty red transmission fluid. That looks super good, and it's full. So we know the transmission should be good. I don't think this truck has had a lot of hard life pulling stuff. So I would think the transmission should be good. Because you can tell by the bed, it hasn't had a lot of stuff loaded in the back. And you can tell by the bumper. Usually, if they were pulling trailers with it, the back bumper would be all beat up where they missed the trailer tongue. So this truck, I think, has had a good life. And it's going to continue to have one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick a battery in it. We know it's got oil. We'll stick a battery in it, and I'll get some gas, probably dump some down in there, and we'll take this fuel line off. And then if it sputes out nasty old gas, we'll know that the fuel pump works. If it don't, that means we'll be dropping the tank. Yeah, let me get this fuel line off here. We'll get some gas, pour some off, put a battery in it, and we'll see what this little truck can do. Okay, so I just got a battery sitting in it for right now. Let's see if we can get this fuel line off here. I'm thinking I can probably take it off and flip this upside down where the fuel goes in. And that way I got my electric fuel pump over here. We can let the gas run in it that way instead of trying to push the hose up. So the first thing I'm going to do, it's got this little bracket right here. I'll take this off. They were kind of wanting that thing not to come off. I guess it's to keep the screw tight. I think that's called a banjo bolt. That looks like a 12. Before I take that off, I'm going to loosen this hose clamp. It would be nice if the fuel pump still worked. Take this banjo bolt out here. That fuel line is crusty. Maybe that's on there. We'll put a new one on there anyway. Let's see if we can just get it off of there right now. Yeah, that thing is, the fuel line's dry rotted, man. You can take a screwdriver and fillet a fuel line like this. It's no good. Alright, so I'm thinking I can flip this upside down like that. Yeah, that don't give you very much room to start that back in. One of them boats where you can pull it out, but then you can't get it back in. Ain't that something? There we go. Now I'm thinking I can just put my fuel line right on the top of this. Looks like you gotta have this center in the middle. Watch me blow fresh gas all everywhere. I doubt it though. It's kind of a weird. Well, it had that on there to keep it center. It's got like a little tab on there. Maybe that'll work. So, have the electric fuel pump ready to go. And I have some gas already in gas bottle. Probably gonna have to run some wire. Let's see. I think it's a good idea to have gas bottle right over the exhaust anyway. So what we'll do now is hook the battery up. I think I got the ignition on. I'm gonna turn that on. All right, let's move everything up. Let's hook the battery up. That looks like ground. And here's the hot. Got a little sparkage. Must be something wrong. Maybe the interior light on. We'll go in there and look. We have to tighten up this battery clamp. We'll go look in the inside and see what's on before we whirl this thing over. Oh man, that's gonna suck. Maybe I can clamp this cable tight. This battery cable end is shoddy. It's not good. Let's go on the inside and see what we got going on in there. It had a little spark. That could have just been the interior light. We'll go in there and look before we spin it over. Hopefully the mosquitoes have cleared out. No, they haven't. Let's see. Key on. I hear something. Hope that wasn't fuel pumping out. No. Something back here clicking. We got the oil light, battery light. You hear that? What is that noise? Just spitting gas at the bottom? Oh, it is. It's spitting bad gas out. Oh no. We're gonna have to. It's got a hole in the fuel line. Look at that. Ew, it stinks. Oh, the fuel. fuel filter is right, the fuel pump is right there on the side of the block. I mean on side of the, oh man, I'm gonna have to get that. Let me cut the key off, hook the battery. So we know the fuel pump works, and we know, yeah, it's starting to come out of the line. It's got a fuel pump on the side of the frame. We know it works, but the line's rotted. And we know that tank has got some bad gas in it. How can we unplug that? I'm probably gonna have to just take my snippers and snip it. We know that works. Let's get some wire cutters and I was wondering what that noise was. Now my driveway is gonna smell like bad gas for decades. We just cut this wire. I can easily. I don't know if that's an add-on fuel pump. Did they come like that on the side of the frame? Hopefully I cut the the hot wire. Got a shower of bad gas. Alright. Keys. Well, the lights were on at first. What did we do? Oh, duh. I took the battery cable off. Let's see what she turned over. Man, it actually cranked. It cranked for a minute. It must got some bad gas still in the carburetor, but it cranked for a second. Radio work? No blower to blow rat guts everywhere. That works. So yeah, we know we firing. You see it hit off. It hit off on some bad gas, unless some didn't leak down through this fuel pump and into the carburetor. So we know the fuel pump works. Let's see. Let's hook it up. I mean, not the fuel pump, but we know that it's firing. Well, yeah, the fuel pump too. We know the bad gas sprayer pump works. So I'm gonna hook the fuel line up and make sure it got y'all. That was weird. I was like, what is that noise? Spraying gas everywhere. Survivor fuel pump. It's actually got a sight glass on front of the bowl. Oh, I see it. You can see it in the bowl. I'm sorry you guys can't see it, but I'm gonna turn it off. Well, let's just see what it does. Let's just see what it cranks. Oh, floats are sticking. Floats are definitely sticking. It just boiled gas out of the carburetor. Can't believe it ain't hit though. The last of the good gas that was ever in it. Oh yeah, those floats are stuck. I don't know if y'all can see that, but when I hook it up, it's just blowing gas. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll just leave the fuel pump unhooked and we'll just see where they even start. How about that? We know the floats are stuck in the carb, so we'll just see where it even start. And if it starts running out, I guess I'll let it fill up again and we'll re-crank it. But the floats, they are definitely stuck. So let's just see what it does. Jet airplane fly by. Well, she hit off. I don't know if the floats are so stuck that they're not letting the gas get up there. Let's see. Oh man, it just floods it. Those floats are just so stuck. I don't know if you can pull that bowl off the front and get this out the way. I don't know if you can pull that sight glass thing off the front. And right here, and get to the needle in the seat. But as soon as I turn the gas on, I mean it's just horrible. And it won't stop. And we don't want no fire. So I'll try it one more time and just see what it does. Well, it runs. That's supposed to be going to the breather. They had that hose with the spark plug in it. So we got to do one or two things. Pull that front sight glass off that carburetor and just see if we can get the floats unstuck. And I think we should be able to get in there. If not, we're just going to put a new carburetor on it. Like I say, they had already pretty much diagnosed it and said that's what it needed. But let's just see what's behind here. I mean, it is flooding bad, and I don't want a fire out here. So maybe we can peel this off and get to the floats, if we can get the floats unstuck. Maybe, just maybe, we can get it to run a little longer. By the smell of the gas that came out the tank, I'm pretty sure the carburetor is going to be gummy. But it's worth a try. So let's see if I can get this off of here. She don't want to come off. See a little gas leaking. Moment of truth. Oh yeah, it's kind of like a Holly. You just right there at the needle and see. I'll show you what we're looking like as soon as I get all this bad gas off my hand. Got a lot of planes flying by today. Memphis got some airplanes leaving out, helicopters and everything else. I don't know what's going on. But there's the float. Let's see if we can get some. You can see all the gumminess. Oh yeah, I just loosened it. So it was. Now it's working. I'll get some carb cleaner. I'm just going to take this gasket off because carb cleaner will really mess it up. I'll get some carb cleaner and spray all that out of there, and we'll put the bowl back on, or sight glass, whatever you want to call it. Now the needle is free. There wasn't no tapping that loose. Drop the tools, everything else. Look at that. That's just all bad gas sitting. That's pretty neat. They got the bowl like that though. You can do a little carburetor surgery on the side of the road. And I see the needle. The needle is actually in there where that it's right up in there where that hose is going through. Looks like it's dropping down. So yeah, we free there, we good. So I guess what we'll do next is we'll put that bowl back on. I don't know why I'm calling it a bowl. I'm thinking about motorcycle carburetors. It's actually just sight glass plate. Make sure we clean that pretty good. And I can see the needle slowly dropping down. You actually can pull the needle and see out right here where this fuel line is. But since it's working, I mean, I'm not going to go through pulling that off. So let me get something to wipe this gumminess off the gasket. I hate bad gas smell. That stuff is so funky. We'll put the gasket back on there. gasket back on. Put the, oop, getting the glass. Slow down there, buddy. This thing has got gumminess all over it. Got a few little Mises turds up here. So there's the sight glass. I hope this don't start leaking. Usually when them gaskets are sealed, when you break that seal, you already know what's going to happen next. It's going to start leaking. But hopefully the gas will swell those seals, the gasket back out. Now looking at the yellow markings on the front of the bowl, front of the carburetor, I don't think these screws have ever been out. But as long as we can stop it from pouring gas out, it'll be good. I'm thinking they were running it with no air breather on it. That's why they had this here, because it was running quiet. So we'll put that back on, because it sounded like it had a bad exhaust leak. That's why they had that spark plug. So anyway, let's go and let's hook the gas back up. I think I might pour some more in my gas bottle. The good thing is that it's got coolant in it. Shouldn't hurt to run it that little bit low on oil. I mean, it ain't like we're gonna actually drive it. Matter of fact, let's see if I got any. We're gonna change the oil anyway, but I know it was low half a quart, and I got exactly a half a quart. So just to be safe, we'll dump it in there. Then we'll change it. Put new plugs. Guess we'll replace the wires. Stripper cap, rotor plate. Alright. Let's see, does the carburetor still pour gas out? No? No? I think we're good. I think we're golden. So let's try this again and see. It's got so much stuff. Let's see will she fire up. So, oh, let me hook the fuel pump back up. Now we know it ain't flat. Fire in the hole. Spitting stuff everywhere. This thing is quiet. The electric choke is on. We'll leave it on for a little bit. I don't see any smoke. Kind of high on the choke. Man, this thing is idling. Gas hand don't work. But this is amazing. Let's go make sure we ain't got no leaks. Listen to that little engine purr. I wonder by this vacuum line being off, that's why I didn't want to run right. I don't know what that's for right there. That's the accelerator across the street. Got a little gas leak. Focus stuff out. Got a little bit leaking a little bit. Man, this engine runs good. He's sitting up since 2003. One we got in lights. Oh, it's got the cool green background. Temperature hand starting to come up. Headlight on one side. Bad ground. Focus stuck on. I think we need to leave it on for a minute. You got any tail lights? Condensation coming out. That tail light's full of mud. Tree sap or something. But man, I mean, this engine purrs like a kitten. Radio still don't work. Does the AC work? Yeah. That's frozen. I think it's choke starting to cut out. It's got like a little pop into it, so it's probably a foul plug. You can hear it in the exhaust. Uh-oh. Might be starting to run out of gas. The choke can open up, that's what it is. Might put some more gas in the gas bottle. Well, the carburetor just starting to act up. I think we're out of gas. We'll cut her off. But all in all, though, it runs. Motor sounds real good. No knocks, no smoke. Oh yeah, I done ran out of gas up here in my bottle. Let's see if we can put some more gas in it. I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. The cable's stuck for the AC. Some more gas. Let's see. Crank right back up now. Does the wipers work? Ew. Ew, dude. Temperature hand's starting to come up. Kind of bad mist, so I think it's gonna need some plugs in it. Yeah, that carburetor's loading up. With the choke on, it was running good. It's definitely gonna need a carburetor, some new plugs. It's starting to run bad now. Let's cut her off. Oop. Either that or my tank that ran out of gas again. Clicky clack sounds empty. Yeah, I think we ran out of juice. Still, that carburetor's got some issues though. It started loading up, blowing a little black smoke out. But like I said, they said it needed a carburetor, so we're gonna put a new carburetor on it. We're gonna tune it. But the engine sounds good, wasn't no smoke coming out the tailpipe. All the lights work. I don't know about the turn signals. The AC switch. This cable needs some oiling. Let's see. It's got turn signals. I like that beeping sound. Nothing there. Probably just need a fuse. What's up here? I mean, the headliner, the sun visors, all of that is in good shape. So that's gonna be it for right now on the little king cab. What I'm gonna do is start ordering some parts for it, and I guess now we'll see will it even go in gear, and hopefully it's got some brakes. Hopefully the brakes are just locked up. Crispy. I don't even want to roll that down. That's good. Definitely gonna need some tuning. Well, we know it goes in gear. So with that being said, we're going to end the video right here. And I'm going to go ahead and just order a new carburetor for it, get all the tune-up parts, and I know we're going to have to drop the gas tank because it is full of bad gas. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the gas tank too. New fuel filter. The fuel pump works back there. I believe if we just let all the bad gas pump out, that'll be good to go. So anyway, I'm going to end the video here. Look like we got some rain finna come back in, starting to get cloudy and a little windy. And I'm gonna clean all this mess up. Hopefully all that rain will wash all this bad gas away that spilt out. But she does run, she does go in gear, and I think it's gonna be a good truck after we get all the stuff, you know, the carburetor and stuff like that straightened out. It's got brakes. The pedal was a little spongy, but once I pumped it a couple times, it came back. So that's gonna be it on the Datsun right now. Datsun, Nissan, whatever it is. And y'all just stay tuned and there'll be more of it. So see ya. And don't y'all forget to check out the Instagram page. That's RPM Auto 4 on Instagram, RPM Auto Motor on Facebook. And any questions or anything, you can email me at rpmauto780@yahoo. So I'll put that in there. And all right.